Great day, dear ones. In this video, we are going to see how we are going to manage anger and use it as a tool to succeed. According to Paul Ekman, an American psychologist, along with his colleagues on a cross cultural study of 1992, concluded that there are six basic emotions as anger, disgust, fear, happiness, sadness, and surprise. Anger is a complicated emotion that's regularly misinterpreted as destructive. We can always manage anger as a helpful messenger. Let's first understand what is anger with a short story. One morning, Genghis Khan, he was a king, okay? He went out for hunting with his companions. And his companions carried bows and arrows along with them, but Genghis Khan carried his favorite falcon on his arm. He knew that his falcon was much better than any arrow because it could fly into skies and see everything that a human being couldn't. Despite the group's enthusiastic efforts that they did not find anything. Disappointed, Khan and his men returned to the encampment. Since Genghis Khan was frustrated, he left the camp and rode out alone with his falcon. When he went out in the forest and he stayed for a long time inside the forest and he became tired and thirsty. Since it was summer time and all streams had dried up, he couldn't find anything to drink there. Just then, to his amazement, he saw a thread of water flowing from rocks just in front of him. He removed the falcon from his arm and took out a silver cup which he always carried with him. Then slowly he filled it with water. Just as he was about to raise his lips to drink the water, the falcon flew up and plucked the cup from his hands and dashed it on the ground. Genghis Khan was very thirsty, and this act of the falcon made him furious. But still, since the falcon was his favorite, he thought that it might be thirsty, that's why it did this. He picked up his cup again, cleaned off the dirt, and filled it again. When the cup was only half filled, the falcon attacked him again, spilling the water. Genghis Khan adored his bird, but he knew that under any circumstance he wouldn't allow such disrespect, as someone might be watching the scene from afar and later would tell other warriors that great conqueror Genghis Khan was incapable of taming a mere bird. This time he drew his sword and then picked up the cup again and refilled it, keeping an eye on the stream and other on the falcon. As soon as he had enough water in the cup and was ready to drink, the falcon again took flight and flew towards him, spilling the water. Just then, with one thrust, Genghis Khan pierced the bird's breast. Meanwhile, the thread of water had already dried up. Genghis was thirsty, and in order to find water, he climbed the rock in search of spring from which that thread of water was coming. To his surprise, there was a pool of water, and in the middle of it was lying dead one of the most poisonous snake of that region. At that moment, he realized that if he had drunk the water, he would have died. Filled with remorse, Khan returned to camp with the dead falcon in his arms. He ordered a gold figurine of bird to be made to always remember the lesson from this incident. On on the statue, one wing, he engraved, even when a friend does something you don't like, he continues to be your friend. And on the other wing, he had engraved, any action committed in anger is an action doomed to failure. Yes. So, this emotion of ours should not lead us into failure, but if managed properly, will definitely lead us towards success. So, these are the topics which we are going to discuss. We are going to see what is the meaning of anger and how does an angry brain work and what will be the source of anger, the physiological symptoms of anger and the different phases of anger with its effects and how you're going to manage your anger and harness the emotion in an effective way. So, what is the meaning of anger? As Buddha says, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else, but you are the one who gets burnt. The angry brain. What happens when we get angry? There is hormonal, cardiovascular, and asymmetrical brain response. Anger provokes profound changes in the state of mind, and there is an increase in heart rate, arterial tension, and testosterone. The cortisol level also decreases. So, these are the effects of an angry brain. So, what will be the source of anger? What makes us angry actually? There are different sources of anger. Let us see one by one. So, when you are threatened or attacked by somebody, you want to defend yourself. So, you become angry when you are ready to attack and defend yourself. There are circumstances where you always feel frustrated or powerless. You are not able to establish yourself in certain places or with certain people. There, the anger is provoked. And there are situations where you are being treated unfairly. You know that nowadays we are facing such situations where our anger is provoked continuously. So, what are the physiological symptoms which you undergo when you are angry? Initially, there will be a tightened jaw, or you will be tightening your fists. Then there will be an increase in palpitation. Your heart beats more when you are angry. Then your face turns reddish, and of course, you will start shivering when you are angry. So there are different phases of anger. So initially, anger starts with an outburst. You will be verbally using words which show your hostility or fear towards some situation. This is known as escalation. This happens when you are more angry, but when the anger goes out of your control, it becomes violent and leads to explosion of anger, which always results in physical or verbal aggression, which discharges the tension in a very different way. Afterwards, after the explosion, your anger descends down, which also results in guilt or shame. Either you will be feeling guilty of yourself or shameful of what you have done, and you will start punishing yourself. There will be circumstances where you have to seek apology and make promises. So, these are the different phases of anger. So, what will be the effect after you show out your anger? You will lose the peace of your mind, and then you will start losing relationships. You will lose love and relationships. Then you will naturally fall sick when you are continuously angry. There will be loss of mental and physical health. There will be circumstances where you will be losing your career if you are not able to control your anger. Now we are going to see the steps which will help us to manage anger. Initially, there are many counseling centers, or you can go into a person whom you trust. Just share how these emotions are disturbing you. The trust you have in persons will help you to get rid of the emotion which is disturbing you. Next, go in for meditation. Remain silent. Though thoughts come and go, let it be controlled by your silence. You can also opt for drawing or painting classes, and definitely go in for an exercise, walking or jogging, go in for gardening, just walk away from the situation or from the place where your anger is provoked. You can listen to music always. So all these ideas will help you to manage anger. But not only managing anger will help you, but if you want to be more successful, you have to harness the emotion. How are you going to harness the emotion? There are very many ways to harness the emotion. When you feel that you are not able to control and your anger is out of control, just go in for some therapies which are available. Always make use of the opportunities or the availabilities in the world. There are many doctors, you can just go in, or for counseling. Just seek the help of the persons who are qualified to treat you in the proper way. Next, you can concentrate on saving the environment. You can plant trees, you can involve in social activities, then you have the transformative power. Believe in that and just go in for things which you want to change in the society as well as in the family. The more you are concerned about others, the more you become transformative. Contribute. See that you make the best contributions. You make the best things out of what you have. Concentrating on all the other people and their welfare will definitely help you to reduce this anger and harness it towards proper direction. Put yourself in the right path and just keep going. Be the change that you want to see in others. Enjoy peace and experience a new world. Thank you.